This week at NASA. When the STS-119 crew heads for the International Space Station aboard Space Shuttle Discovery, Steve Swanson will be one of the 4 veteran astronauts returning to space. Swanson made his first flight in June 2007 on STS-117, when he logged more than 13.5 hours during 2 EVAs. He'll be doing a lot of spacewalking on STS-119 too, after helping get Discovery to the ISS.
I'll be on the flight deck helping the pilot and commander through the ascent and entry phase of flight, which is a wonderful spot to be in for a mission specialist. I enjoy that tremendously. After that, my main task is to lead the spacewalks. We'll have 4 spacewalks. I'll be out on 3 of them, first, second, and fourth. And for the third one, I'll be the inside quarterback or choreographer. We call that the IV. I'll be doing that job for the third one.
Swanson and crewmates will help with the ISS final power-up that'll allow the space station to house 6 residents. Discovery is tentatively targeted to launch on March 12th. Helping name the International Space Station's next module has become a hit, or rather, many thousands of hits on the internet. In its first days on the NASA.gov website, the Name the Node contest received more than 36,000 votes from users. Leading the candidates is Serenity, one of 4 names suggested by NASA for its new Space Robotics Control Tower and Observation Deck. You have until March 20th to cast your vote, or write in a name, at www.nasa.gov/NameNode3. The winning name will be announced at the Node 3 unveiling April 28th at the Kennedy Space Center. It's scheduled to arrive at Kennedy April 20th and is targeted for launch to the ISS late this year. Stennis Center Director Gene Goldman led a team of NASA representatives to Jackson, Mississippi for NASA Day at the Capitol. There, they met with state legislators to thank them for their support of the agency. NASA also displayed an exhibit in the Capitol Rotunda, showcasing successful construction projects made possible by funding from the Magnolia State. The exhibit reinforced the positive impact of these projects on the state's economy and quality of life. Astronaut Rex Walheim, a veteran of 2 space shuttle missions, was also on hand to applaud the state's continued efforts on the center's behalf. The Glenn Research Center's Roger Storm did pretty well for himself as a contestant on the syndicated TV game show Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
You feeling good about yourself?
Excellent.
Over 2 nights, Storm, the coordinator of Glenn's digital learning network, won a total of $250,000.
It's Wolf Blitzer, you're right.
It was very nerve-wracking, you can imagine, But I do television for NASA, so that helped.
Not surprisingly, Storm says he's already found some uses for the money.
I said on the show to make my wife happy. When we were first married, I got her a $250 a teaching school diamond, and so I got her a very nice ring, first thing. And we got to set aside a bunch for taxes and second mortgage and Mr. Visa, and we're going to, we tithe at our church, and so that's pretty much where we think the money's going to go.
40 years ago, Apollo 9 became the first manned flight of the Command Service Module along with the Lunar Module. The 3-person crew of Jim McDivitt, Rusty Schweickart, and Dave Scott conducted several tests critical to landing on the Moon, including the Lunar Module's engine, backpack life support systems, navigation systems, and docking maneuvers. The mission was the 2nd manned launch of a Saturn V rocket and was the 3rd manned mission of the Apollo program. 37 years ago, Pioneer 10 soared atop an Atlas Centaur rocket for a world outside our solar system. Pioneer lived up to its name, becoming the first spacecraft to cross the asteroid belt, the first to explore the outer solar system, and the first to send back images of the gas giant planets Jupiter and Saturn. Originally designed for a 21-month mission, Pioneer lasted more than 30 years and is considered one of the most scientifically rich exploration missions ever undertaken. And 7 years ago, Space Shuttle Columbia lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center for the Hubble Space Telescope. STS-109 was called Hubble Servicing Mission 3B, although it was actually the 4th such visit to the telescope. NASA had split the original servicing mission 3 into 2 parts. During 3B, A new science instrument called the Advanced Camera for Surveys was installed, along with new rigid solar arrays, a new power control unit, and a new cryocooler for the near-infrared camera and multi-object spectrometer. STS-109 also reboosted Hubble to a higher orbit. During Hubble's next servicing mission, astronauts plan to perform component replacements that'll keep the telescope functioning at least into 2014. And that's This Week at NASA. For more on these and other stories, log on to www.nasa.gov.